Hey friends, my name is Kristen, and I hope you've had an amazing weekend. I'm so excited to be with you on this Monday. We're going to go straight into our scripture out of Luke, chapter 19, verses 6 through 10. Zacchaeus quickly climbed down and took Jesus to his house in great excitement and joy, but the people were displeased. He has gone to be the guest of a notorious sinner, they grumbled. Meanwhile, Zacchaeus stood before the Lord and said, I will give half of my wealth to the poor. Lord, and if I have cheated people of their taxes, I will give them back 4 times as much. Jesus responded, Salvation has come to this home today, for this man has shown himself to be a true son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and save those which were lost. So this is a story about Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector. He heard Jesus was coming through Jericho and he wanted to see Jesus. Zacchaeus was a small man and couldn't see over the crowd, so he climbed up into this sycamore tree. You know, I can't help but think of a song that we used to sing when I was growing up in Sunday school about Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he. Anyway, I'm sure a lot of y'all know that song, but that keeps playing through my mind this whole time. But Zacchaeus climbed up into that sycamore tree, and this is where our scriptures today pick up. Jesus saw Zacchaeus up there, and he called him down to go to his home to have dinner with him. So there's 2 quick things I want to talk about from the passages. The first is Jesus sees, and the second is Jesus saves. Jesus saw Zacchaeus in the tree. You know, I think it's so cool because Zacchaeus climbed up hoping to see Jesus, but to his surprise, Jesus spotted him. And he called his name and he said, Zacchaeus, come down from there, for I'm going to your house today. You know, as a chief tax collector, Zacchaeus was not a well-liked man in the community whatsoever. The people hated him because his job was to collect taxes from his own people for the Roman government, and he cheated people out of money. You know, because of his profession, he would not have been welcomed in synagogues or these types of places. So when Jesus saw him in the tree and called him down, this was to everyone's surprise. You know, it says up here in the scripture in chapter 7, but the people were displeased. He has gone to be with the guest of a notorious sinner. So the people grumbled and were unhappy. And Zacchaeus was surprised himself. You know, sometimes we don't think Jesus sees us. We don't think that he sees us above the crowd, the noise, above our hurt, our pain, that he doesn't see our prayers. But Jesus sees us when we call out to him and when we are looking for him. And Jesus didn't just see Zacchaeus in the tree, but he calls him down and he goes to his house. And this is where we get to our second part, that Jesus saves. You know, Jesus's love moves Zacchaeus so much that in verse 8, he says, I will give half of my wealth to the poor, Lord, and I have cheated people on their taxes. I will give them back 4 times as much. So not even just what I've cheated from them. I will give them back 4 times as much of what I've cheated from them. Jesus responds to Zacchaeus when he says that with salvation is yours. So that salvation has come to this home today, he said to Zacchaeus. So Zacchaeus went from cheating people out of their money and become wealthy, to giving his money, half of his money to the poor, and giving back 4 times as much of what he cheated to others. You know, Jesus does the same thing for us. All we have to do is be willing to give him our all. He can take the worst of us, he can take our situations, our past, and he puts us on a brand new path. Zacchaeus went from being the chief tax collector that was despised to giving his money away and repaying those that he had stolen from, all because he encountered Jesus and Jesus saved him. You know, maybe today you feel like Zacchaeus. You want to see Jesus, but you feel like you can't see him over the crowd. You feel like there's too much in your life that you can't get to him, too many circumstances, too many wrong choices, too much sin. But know that Jesus sees you. He sees you. He hears you calling out. So Continue to call out to him and know that he is calling out to save you. I loved being with you guys today. Come back and join us tomorrow on Tuesday. If you think that this would encourage someone, you can go ahead and click that share button with a friend. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day.